In Marianne and the Great Romance, Marianne and her boyfriend Logan prepare for prom. Logan buys her roses, and just kidding. This book is actually about Marianne's dad. Everyone wants to hear about the romantic adventures of Richard Spear, ladies' man.
Argofunk Book Review, Argofunk Book Review.
The book begins with Marianne and Dawn having dinner together since their parents are out on a date. Marianne gives a recap of who Dawn is and what her house is like. In the next chapter, she recaps all of the Babysitters Club members. In the next chapter, they have a club meeting, so she recaps how the club works. Marianne gets a job sitting for the Arnold twins. So in the next chapter, she recaps book 21, and I'm hitting my head against the wall at this point because that makes 4 straight chapters of nothing but recap. The twins are having a rough time right now. Carolyn has a bunch of new friends, and Marilyn feels left out. The book really gets started in chapter 5, when Mr. Spear invites Dawn over. Sharon is turning 43 soon, and Richard wants the girls to help plan a surprise birthday party. They decide on dinner at a fancy restaurant. Marianne tries to think of a good gift for Sharon. She suggests a pen, a book, and cat-shaped jewelry, but Dawn says those are all awful ideas. Dawn's gift is a day planner, which is not much better. It's a useless gift that Sharon will never use. Unless, of course, it's one of the Babysitters Club day planners. Speaking of the Babysitters Club day planners, I looked online, but I couldn't find them anywhere. So I just won't review those books. Sorry to anybody who is looking forward to those book reviews. At the birthday dinner, Richard hides a ring on the cake. An engagement ring! The two of them are getting married, so Dawn and Marianne will now be stepsisters! Yay! Sharon mentions that Richard proposed to her earlier, and she's a little miffed that he revealed the surprise this way. I wonder how they originally planned to break the news to their kids. Because if Richard messes up the wedding announcement, Marianne will retreat into her cat-themed pillow fortress forever. The Babysitters Club members are all excited for them, and we have 3 babysitting chapters that foreshadow all the Marianne-Dawn arguments that we'll see in the next book. One chapter is Chrissy's family having a major sibling rivalry battle. The whole thing is Karen's fault, obviously. 2 chapters are about the twins, whose fight gets so bad they decide to split up their room in half. So far, this book has been 40% recap, 50% foreshadowing, and 10% actual book. The families have dinner together. Dawn and Marianne go on for 3 pages about everything they want to see at the wedding before their parents interrupt and say, "No way, Jose! We're not spending tens of thousands of dollars just so the 13-year-olds can play dress-up." Instead, they decide to have a small ceremony at the local church with dinner afterwards. Dawn says that she and Marianne are such good friends, they should share a room when Marianne and her dad move in. Whoa, what? Marianne is going to move? No way! Not fair! Marianne throws a humongous fit, and it's so bad that Dawn and her mom are forced to go home early. See, Marianne, this is why your father got engaged without telling you. He knew that you would turn it into an angry rant about your kitten. There are 2 more chapters with the twins. Marianne suggests that they get separate bedrooms, and Mrs. Arnold is totally okay with completely renovating her house at the suggestion of a babysitter. So she does just that, and the twins become best friends again. The wedding preparation takes up half a chapter, because of course it does. Dawn dresses up like Donald Duck for some reason, while Marianne borrows one of Dawn's dresses. Dawn's brother Jeff is flown in from California, and there's an awkward scene when everyone realizes that he's never met Mr. Spear before. Marianne cries at the wedding and ruins her mascara because she's Marianne. She gets wedding presents from her father and Dawn, almost like she's the one who's getting married and not Sharon. Marianne instantly turns into a grump at the wedding dinner when she overhears Sharon make a joke about litter boxes. Wow, not even married an hour and Sharon's already complaining about how much she hates the cat? Jeez, this will end badly. In the series' first ever cliffhanger, Dawn's mother throws her wedding bouquet, the girls jump for it, and the end. Post-book follow-up. In Chapter 1, the girls decide to watch The Parent Trap together. I also mentioned The Parent Trap in the Stacy Divorce book and the Super Special number 2. I didn't mention The Parent Trap when it was mentioned in books 4, 9, and 19, so that's a total of 6 books that mention The Parent Trap. Why are the girls so obsessed with a 30-year-old movie?
That's almost as sad as someone being obsessed with a 30-year-old book series for young girls.
Nobody asked for your opinion, Katie. I was going to say, the Babysitter's Club series was still ongoing when the remake of The Parent Trap hit movie theaters. I expect all the girls will lose their collective minds when this happens. We're either going to see Christy in the best movie ever, or Dawn in the remake, which wasn't as good as the original. As for this book, it's not good. 4 chapters of recap and exposition, 6 chapters of babysitting, only 5 chapters deal with the wedding storyline. The wedding stuff feels incredibly rushed because one chapter they're planning wedding details for the first time, the next chapter it's the week of the wedding, next chapter they're married. No rehearsal, no wedding preparation classes, no sending out invitations even. Well, of course the entire Babysitter's Club is invited to the wedding, so Dawn and Marianne have more guests than the bride and groom do. Yeesh. Some people think that maybe books 30 and 31 started as a single book, which would explain why the twins' bedroom subplot perfectly mirrors the Dawn-Marianne bedroom plot. When the book got cut into 2 books, the twin subplot got expanded. Which makes no sense, because they should have expanded the wedding storyline. The book has great romance in the title. Maybe we could see some romance! Maybe the parents need help writing their vows. Maybe Marianne could talk to her boyfriend about the wedding. Maybe every single Babysitter's Club member could go in a circle and describe their ideal romance like a preteen version of Plato's Symposium. To the book's credit, it is a big deal that Marianne and Dawn are now related and moving in together. It's a really good idea for a book, and it's so important, it's probably going to be mentioned in every single recap chapter from here on out. It's nice to see that the best friends are going to become sisters! At least until the next book where they try to kill each other. I'm looking forward to that book. As for this one, pass. I give Babysitter's Club number 30, Marianne and the Great Romance, a 2 out of 10.